Have you ever stopped to consider how plants manage to eat? It's a fundamental question that unveils one of nature's most ingenious processes. They don't have mouths or digestive systems like us, yet they grow big and strong, reaching for the sky. How do they achieve this remarkable feat? It's not magic, it's photosynthesis, a beautifully complex process. Photosynthesis is the ingenious method plants use to create their own food, converting light into sustenance. Photosynthesis turns sunlight into chemical energy, effectively fueling almost all life on Earth. It's a cornerstone of our planet's ecosystem. Photo means light, referring to the crucial role of sunlight in the process. Synthesis means putting together, combining elements to create something new. So, photosynthesis literally means putting together with light, a perfect description of what's happening. Plants use sunlight to transform simple ingredients like water and carbon dioxide into the sugars they need for food, and in doing so, they release the oxygen we breathe as a byproduct, a gift to the atmosphere. Without photosynthesis, life as we know it wouldn't exist. The air would be unbreathable, and food chains would collapse. It's the foundation of every food chain, supporting all animal life, including us. It's also the reason we have air to breathe, constantly replenishing the oxygen in our atmosphere. Understanding photosynthesis helps us appreciate the delicate balance, how everything in nature is interconnected, and how crucial plants are to our survival. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets of how a simple leaf, seemingly so ordinary, performs this vital task, transforming light into life. Get ready to explore the green heart of life itself, the engine that drives our planet's ecosystems. This is your backstage pass to the greatest show on Earth, the incredible process of photosynthesis. To make their own food, plants require a few key elements. It's a fascinating process, and understanding these elements is crucial to understanding how plants thrive. First, they need sunlight, the radiant energy that powers their food-making process. Next, they need water, essential for transporting nutrients and participating in the chemical reactions. And finally, they need carbon dioxide, a gas absorbed from the air. Sunlight is pure, unadulterated energy, the driving force behind photosynthesis, and plants are natural solar collectors, perfectly designed to capture this energy. Their leaves act like tiny solar panels. Without sunlight, this amazing process of photosynthesis simply can't happen. The plants will weaken and eventually perish. Water comes from the soil, drawn up by the roots. It travels up through roots and stems, making its way to the leaves, where the magic happens. Plants split water molecules during photosynthesis, breaking them down into their constituent parts. They then use these parts in the complex process of creating their own food. The last crucial ingredient is carbon dioxide, a vital component of the air around us. It's a gas we breathe out, a byproduct of our own respiration. But for plants, carbon dioxide is essential for their survival and growth. Tiny pores called stomata, located on the surface of leaves, allow carbon dioxide to enter the leaf's interior. Plants then use the carbon from carbon dioxide to build their bodies, create new leaves, and ultimately to make their own food. So, with sunlight providing the energy, water transporting the necessary elements, carbon dioxide providing the building blocks, plants have everything they need to flourish and thrive. If any one of these ingredients is missing or in short supply, the process of photosynthesis grinds to a halt, impacting the plant's health. Nature has meticulously perfected this recipe over millions and millions of years of evolution. Every green plant is a master chef, expertly skilled in the art of photosynthesis, cooking up life and sustaining our planet with these seemingly simple ingredients. That's the magic, the wonder, and the sheer brilliance behind every single leaf. Where does photosynthesis happen? Inside the plant cells, in tiny structures called chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are packed with chlorophyll, the green pigment that captures sunlight. Think of chlorophyll as the plant's solar panel absorbing energy from the sun. Chloroplasts are loaded into every green part of the plant, especially leaves. Inside, stacks of thylakoids hold the chlorophyll and start the process. The surrounding stroma is where the next stage happens. This setup makes photosynthesis efficient and organized. Chloroplasts are microscopic factories, turning sunlight into food. Every green leaf is filled with these powerhouses, working non-stop. That's the secret behind the plant's energy. Photosynthesis happens It's the engine of life for plants. This amazing process unfolds in two main stages, each with its own critical role. Both stages take place inside the chloroplast, the plant cell's dedicated food factory. First, we have the light-dependent reactions. This is where the magic of sunlight truly begins. Sunlight hits chlorophyll, the green pigment found in the thylakoids, internal compartments within the chloroplast. This energy is then used for splitting water molecules, a crucial step in the process. Oxygen is released as a byproduct, a fortunate consequence for us. This is the oxygen we breathe, essential for our survival and the survival of countless other organisms. The light-dependent reactions also creates high-energy molecules known as energy carriers. These carriers are ATP and NADPH, which act like tiny batteries, storing energy for later use.
Ow.
Next up, we have the Calvin cycle, also known as the light-independent reactions. This stage happens in the stroma, the fluid-filled space surrounding the thylakoids. Here, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is combined with the energy harvested from ATP and NADPH to make glucose, a simple sugar. Glucose is the plant's food, its primary source of energy. The plant uses glucose for immediate energy needs or stores it as starch for later use, ensuring a constant energy supply. The empty batteries ADP and NADP+ cycle back to be recharged by sunlight in the light-dependent reactions, ready for another round. As long as there's light, water, and carbon dioxide available. This cycle of photosynthesis keeps going, fueling the plant's growth and survival. It's a perfect system, a beautifully efficient process. Energy in the form of sunlight and food and oxygen out, sustaining life on Earth. That's how plants power themselves, and ultimately, how they power us, providing the food and air we need. All from a little sunlight, some water, carbon dioxide, and a whole lot of amazing chemistry. The two main products of photosynthesis are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is the plant's food, an energy-rich sugar that fuels growth and repair. Plants store extra glucose as starch, found in foods like potatoes and rice. They also use glucose to build strong cell walls. Oxygen made when water is split is released as a waste product. But for us, that waste is essential. We need oxygen to breathe. Plants and animals are partners. We give plants carbon dioxide, they give us oxygen. Every breath you take is thanks to photosynthesis. This process shapes our atmosphere and supports all complex life. Glucose feeds the plant. Oxygen keeps the rest of us alive. It's nature's ultimate recycling system. Pretty amazing, right? Zooming out. Photosynthesis is the foundation of life on Earth. Every bite of food you eat, plant or animal, traces back to photosynthesis. Plants are producers, capturing sunlight and making food for all other life. Without them, the food web would collapse. Photosynthesis also fills our atmosphere with oxygen, making Earth habitable. Plants and algae are the planet's green lungs, balancing gases in the air. Every tree, flower, and blade of grass is a silent, solar-powered factory. Understanding photosynthesis shows our deep connection to the green world. Plants aren't just scenery, they're the reason we survive. Next time you see a leaf, remember the science at work inside. That's the power of photosynthesis. Bill Nye, out.